the final day of this edition, the 24th edition of the KOVAI FMSCI National Racing Championship. And we still have titles to be decided across two different race categories. Of course, the two-wheelers with the KOVAI Presents Royal Enfield Continental GT Cup, and also don't forget the KOVAI Formula LGB4. Those are two categories where we still have a close battle on, albeit tilted in some bikers or drivers' favor, but the champion still to be decided. But of course, to talk more about what to expect on this final day, I have here with me team principals of teams who've been running across the KOVAI Novice Cup and the KOVAI Formula LGB4 category. I have Diljit TS. Of course, there's a double-edged weapon here, because not only is he a team principal for DTS Racing, but also he's racing and competing in the Formula LGB4 in the hunt for the title, the driver's title. Of course, we have Rashid Khan and, of course, Sarosh Hataria, seasoned pros in their own right. And, of course, they've got reason to rejoice and smile given how their teams have performed. Let's have a quick chat with all of them. Sarosh, I'll start with you first, because we've seen you back a lot of youngsters over the seasons. You had an all-girls team earlier with Aura Racing. This time around, backing another youngster like Amir Saeed, who's done the team proud. Just talk us through the mindset.
I mean, it's been a great season with Amir, coming from where he has in the Novice Cup, 12 out of 12 wins, and last season. To get him into this category where you've got multiple national champions across the top 10, to get him here and to start winning races in his maiden year in this series, it's been a great outing for him, and to have a driver like him in our driver lineup has been good. We're hoping we had pole yesterday, and we're hoping we'll have a good race going in to the races today. We've got two races. We just want some good results. The end result is what it's going to be. All the drivers are up there and within about 5 points from each other. So it's going to be a good, tough race. May the best man win.
Thanks so much, Sarosh. Just a quick chat with Rashid. Your takeaways for the season for Momentum Motorsport.
My takeaway for my drivers are more like academy drivers. They are developing from the first round to this round. They are improved a lot. From when they came like a rookie driver, novice, like they debuted this year. This year now they are a P3, P5. They're very happy for their performance right now. We're expecting more from this round. Today and tomorrow, there's one race. Let's hope for the best.
Well, good to see you and hear your thoughts on that, Rashid. Very quickly, Diljit, a double question for you. You've run the cars here in the KOVAI Novice Cup, and your own performance in the Formula LGB4.
LGB, it's like, as you know, it's the most competitive category in the country, and I'm fighting for the championship and really looking forward for it. And I have two races today, and according to the Novice Cup, there's only one driver right now on the grid, which is he's starting on 10th, and the next race he's starting on 3rd. So let's see what the result's going to be.
Well, good to see you don both hats with aplomb and go well in your race as well. All the best. Well, we're just moments away from the first race of the final day of the KOVAI National.
Final day of round 4 of the 24th KOVAI FMSCI National Racing Championship. That's how the drivers are lining up for this race. As Raman said, Jaden Parriott starting at P1. Then you got Ruan Alva, who sealed the championship, starting at P2. Aman Nagdev would have been at P3. Had a little incident during the warm-up, and he's not there at the moment. We'll have to wait and see if he's there at the start of the race, though. Naim Rizvi will be at P4. Aditya Parsuram at P5. Chetan Siruneni at P6. Then you've got Advait Jampa and Adit Parashar locking up row 4. Dylan Sasharia and Vinit Kumar, row 5. Gaurav Kocha at P11 and Dhruv Goswami at P12. Followed by Kamal Karan at P13. Then you got Pratana Murgavel at P14. Shive Selvaratnam at P15. David Rehan Ravin at P16. Akash Nandagavli at P17. And Harshit Nisar at P18. Start alongside Akshit Kumaran at P19 and Prabhanj Paruchari starting at the back of the grid at P20. The championship has been decided, but there's still a lot to fight for as far as the second and third place in the Drivers' Championship is concerned. There are a couple of drivers tied at 39 points each for the third spot, third and fourth. So that will make it even more interesting. Ruan Alva has been crowned the champion with the win yesterday. We will bring you all those highlights as well as we go along during the day. He starts at P2, Ruhan Alva. It's a big chance for Jaden Parriott to go on and start at P1 and get to the checkered flag first. Couple of times, him and Ruhan Alva have had that go till the very end, and he's come off worse in those two occasions, with Ruhan taking the checkered flag. We'll have 10 laps in this race. Aman Nagdev, as I said earlier, he is not present there. As you can see, the third spot is empty, and so is Dylan Zasharin. He's also not present on the grid. Off they go for the formation lap. And there they go. It's a very, very good start for all the three M squad, including Naeem Rizvi, Ruhan Alva and Jaden Parriott. It'll be interesting to see where Jaden has. It's not a great start for him, to be honest, with Ruhan Alva taking the lead away as early as the second corner.
And I think we had a clash of cars there as we came out of that corner. One of the cars taking a little bump on the way through, coming out of probably C5.
There seems to be a problem with Ruhan Alva's car as well. His front right tire has but it's been hit, and it is, I think, probably be the end of the race for him when he comes around through that final corner. That means that Jaden Parriott now is leading the race at the moment. Very important race for Chetan Suraneni as well, because he's in the fight for that third spot in the Drivers' Championship.
Absolutely. The first lap itself of this race causing havoc for a couple of drivers. Talked about Ruhan Alva. Yes, you'll see his car come around in just a bit. It's dropped off the pack. It's peeled behind of the pack. But for the moment, it is the young Jaden Parriott who started off on pole position. He's the race leader at the end of lap 1. Reminding everybody, of course, there are 2 races left, as you were saying earlier, Karthikeyan, in this category, including this one. But the championship already sewn up.
There's still a lot to drive for these young.
Aditya Parsuram and Naeem Rizvi. Naeem Rizvi had in fact finished second. Aditya Parsuram had been pushed down to third. So I think he's just trying to make a comeback there. And that's where you see he's made that overtaking maneuver. A bit of a signal as well as he'd gone past Naeem Rizvi.
I don't think he was very happy with the way he may have been blocked.
And also I think the signal was because the yellow flag's out, and that's the reason why all drivers are now slowed up. Yes, the safety car is going to be coming out on the racetrack. That was the reason why the signal came from Aditya Parsuram. He's signaling to Naeem Rizvi to not overtake, to slow down, because they're now all going to be racing behind this.
Also with Ruhan Alva, we'll get that update if he's still part of the race. I doubt that he could continue with the way his tire was damaged in that first and second corner incident. Jaden Parriott there is the race leader. Aditya Parsuram second, Naeem Rizvi is in third, and all the laps that are done behind the safety car are also counted for. That's the car of Ruhan Alva, and that's possibly the reason why the safety car is out. Keeping a close eye on proceedings there. That's Amit Jingan.
Yes, Amit Jingan's the head of the recovery crew.
So Chetan Suraneni and Aditya Parsuram will be an interesting race for both of them, and will be interesting where do they both end up, third or fourth. For Jaden Parriott also is at the moment leading the race behind the safety car. He has all but sealed his second spot in the Drivers' Championship, so no problem there, because despite the fact that Ruhan is out of the race, he did seal the championship yesterday itself.
There's one more race to come in this race category later in the afternoon, but yes, championship already belongs to Ruhan Alva, albeit he wouldn't be able to, as he said early on, take it one race at a time and probably try and match what Amir Saeed did earlier last season. by
Out of a possible 90 is still a tremendous performance.
and a 24-point lead, remember, coming into round 4. So that in itself told you how commanding he'd been in terms of his performance, in terms of his form.
So the safety car continues to stay out as all the drivers follow it around the racetrack.
Temperatures are in the high 20s, close to about 28 degrees at the moment. And those track temperatures are going to be at least about 2.5 degrees higher than that. Track temperatures close to about 30, 31 degrees. And as the sun beats down on the racetrack in the afternoon, those temperatures are only going to get higher. That'll make life a little uncomfortable for the drivers when they come back for the second race of this category.
Oh, we spoke about this yesterday as well when we started. Yesterday was slightly, the start was post-lunch, and around that time it was 32, 33 degrees, although there was a great bit of a wind blowing across the Coimbatore Speedway around 18 odd kilometers per hour. But now it seems that we'll have to confirm as the safety car. Yes, the lights are off, so the safety car will go back into the pits. That means that we'll have racing action commencing now. And there you go, Jaden Parriott coming through the final corner of this lap, leading the race. Aditya Parsuram second, and that is followed by Naeem Rizvi and Chetan Suraneni.
4 laps gone now in this race. Remember, it was supposed to be a 10-lap race. We've seen at least 2.5 laps behind that safety car. The safety car came out midway through the second lap, and the drivers did almost 2 laps behind that safety car. But 4 laps gone now, another 6 including this one. I think this is going to be very exciting. Aditya Parsuram is moved into second, behind third. Can he catch up with Jaden Parriott? That's the big question.
And also can Chetan Suraneni catch up with Aditya Parsuram, because that is also another battle we'll keep an eye out on. Unfortunate for Aman Nagdev, he couldn't start. He had that little incident when the cars came out of the pits before lining up for that formation lap.
And when the formation lap happened, that's when Dylan Zakaria, his car stalled on the track, and that's the reason why you don't see car number 54 on the racetrack. That's Quest Motorsports car, the lad from Chennai. Dylan Zakaria able to take part because of that.
So far, so good and comfortable for Jaden Parriott. A bit of rub of green, bit of luck for him as well, with Ruhan Alva being hit and his car being damaged and out of the race. He's not had that rub of green for...
But now, what's interesting to see is how does Aditya Parsuram go about his task. He's in second, all right, but it's going to be close. And you can see some friends and family with worried faces, just trying to figure out where their relatives are on the racetrack and how they're performing.
It's almost halfway through the race. We've got Jaden Parriott leading. That's him on your screen right now. Car number 5, M Sport.
I was talking to him post the race yesterday, where he was involved in a collision between him and Ruhan Alva that ended his chances of finishing in the top 3. And he said he just missed the gear shift while coming down the straight and trying to gear down. And the important part was a lot of talk that happened with his father and his well-wishers. The important thing is, as a young kid, how do you come back from a setback like that, keep your focus, and then come out on the racetrack and perform? I think this young lad is showing a lot of character, a lot of focus.
I think the way he's come out so far today is this race as well. He's stretching that lead between himself and the second and third. And now Naeem Rizvi making a move on Aditya Parsuram, but Aditya shutting slam that window, not allowing Naeem Rizvi to pass by. I think this is very good, maintaining decent lines there. But the front 3 have now peeled away from the rest of the pack, and you see this battle going on between Gaurav Kochar and Chetan Suraneni for the 4th and the 5th spot. That'll also be very, very interesting as we get into the final few laps.
Yes, and there was Advait Jampa from Momentum Motorsports, the lad from Mumbai, who was running 6th as we saw those cars go by. These, of course, are the top 3 that you've just seen whizzing down the straight now. Jaden Parriott basically up in Parsuram in second, Naeem Rizvi in third. By now.
So we're coming through towards the business end of this race.
You could see the yellow flag being waved, and I wonder if that's just on corner 1. Is there probably some sort of obstruction around the track when they went into corner 1, and that's where I think the yellow flag was being waved, not allowing any overtaking at that point.
Barrett would mind that because there's not too many laps left. If the rest of the race is behind the safety car, he gets the yellow flag.
Well, I think it was just there for corner 1. I can't really see the race being interrupted anywhere else per se, so there was just a yellow for corner 1 where they said no overtaking allowed. But this is what we were talking about earlier. You have Chetan Surineni, who's KOVAI. He's running 4th. Abhay Jumper 6th.
Pressure from Gaurav Kosher on Chetan Surineni for that 4th spot as Jaden continues to lead the race. With every passing lap, he's stretching that gap between himself and Aditya Parshuram. And if things stand like this, I think Jaden obviously will have a good chance of coming in 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, and it'll also be a big boost for Aditya Parshuram as well. Although Naeem Rizvi is someone who will go up till the very end. He's putting a lot of pressure there on Aditya Parshuram. He's not someone who will let go till the very end.
What's interesting to see, Karthikeya, for these young drivers is when you go down the straight, there's a slope downwards, so the cars actually gain a little momentum when they go into corner 1. And that's why it's really important, braking point. When are you going to brake? At what point on that straight are you looking to slam the brakes? You don't want to be going too hard and locking up your brakes and going into a spin. It's a tight left-hander, so these young lads have to be very careful. There's exuberance of youth, all right, but there'll have to be some tempering of experience and rationality as well.
I think that's where the focus comes into play, when to brake and how hard to brake. And, over the period of time, over the period of the season as well, they do have a lot of practice sessions. They're mentored by some of the big guns who are in the Formula 4 LGB category as well. So that does help them. But once you're in the car, you are the one who's in charge as we come through towards the end of yet.
The back marker who might be coming up ahead of him, you can see he's probably just about 3 seconds or so behind a back marker whom he's going to be lapping very soon.
Well, this is the corner where it will be interesting for the other. He's crossed the back marker. So
yesterday, the young lad will savor this moment. He'll savor this win. Aditya Parshuram comes in 2nd, just pipping Naeem Rizvi to the checkered flag. So it's Aditya Parshuram who's 2nd. Naeem Rizvi will have to settle for 3rd. But Jaden Parriott, take a bow, young man. There was a lot of talk happening on the racetrack. He was getting a lot of last-minute pep talk. But what's happened there? Incident involving Akash.
Right, Akash Nandigauli along with Sivesh Selvaratnam, the two teammates, it seems. They're just stood there having a conversation with each other. Obviously, the race has ended for them and for the others as well. So might as well have a mid-track conversation. Not a very good idea, but that's what's happening.
Well, all I can say is not the best of pleasantries being exchanged between the two. I'm sure they're pretty disappointed in the way that race has ended. But this young lad's got to be really happy with the way things have gone. Before the race began, Jaden Parriott was getting a lot of pep talk from Mira Erda right at the start line just before the race began. He was on P1. A lot of talk. His father yesterday was saying that it's just the way this young man's taken to that disappointment yesterday and still grown beyond it. He's got a focus going into this race. I think he's got to be very happy with the result.
Still pleasantries being exchanged between Akash and Sivesh. Team members Akash in car number 8 and car number 69 of Sivesh Selvaratnam, both Quest Motorsports. Bit disappointment there for them as
I'm amazed you can lip read from this distance, Karthikeya, from behind the helmets when you're saying pleasantries.
And you can see Naeem Rizvi there enjoying, although he came in 3rd, but he's got his hand up as well, and he's celebrating with Jaden Parriott, a podium position for them. That's the situation there at the back turn, where you got 2 cars and 2 drivers talking to each other, albeit will make no use now. That's your race winner, car number 5, Jaden Parriott, and as Raman said, redemption for the young man after losing out on a race win yesterday. Very well done from Jaden Parriott. Consistently good has been Naeem Rizvi as well. And a good result for Aditya Parsuram, who comes in second, so that he puts some heat on the likes of Gaurav Kochar and Chetan Suruneni for that third spot in the Drivers' Championship.
LGB Formula 4, please be on standby. LGB Formula 4, please be on standby. We shall be opening the pit lane shortly. Thank you.
Chetan Suruneni there, car number 56. We'd be hoping to do a bit better in the upcoming race in this category. That'll be the final one of this category later in the day. So that's the confirmation on the bottom left of your screen. Jaden Parriott, Aditya Parsuram, along with Naeem Rizvi, your three winners. And again, you see the two just not stopping there, having a go. They're both trying to prove their point. They're both trying to tell each other. And you can see the couple of gentlemen in the background was also laughing, seeing the lighter side and funnier side of that conversation there. But in the end, that's the end of the race. These two young men, Akash Nandgauli along with Sivesh Selvaratnam. Disappointment for them. Not disappointment for Jaden Parriott. Obviously, disappointment for Ruhan Alva. We haven't spoken about him in this race because he was out of the race as early as first or the second lap when he had that. In fact, at the end of the first lap, he was out of the race, had that contact with his car and one of the fellow drivers, and the front right wheel inverted inside. There was no way he could continue with that race despite having sealed the championship. The drivers now going through the mandatory weighbridge post the race. It's there, the family members, friends, eagerly waiting for the drivers to come across the weighbridge and get on with the congratulatory hugs and high fives. We've had an eventful race. We've had drivers overtake each other. We've had the collisions. We've had incidents. We've had the crane come out. We've had the safety car come out as well. But in the end, it is Jaden who's gone on to take the checkered flag. What speed without glamour? Right then, we've had a very good race as we spoke about. Let's very quickly take you through the highlights in case you've missed any part of it. Jaden Parriott started at P1, Ruhan Alva at P2. But it was a very good start for Ruhan Alva. Very quickly took the race lead. There you see both of them having a go. Naeem Rizvi was also involved in the mix of things, but Ruhan Alva very quickly there taking the lead. And that's where the problem happened for Ruhan Alva. You can see the front right tyre of his car just took a hit on that second corner. That possibly spelled doom. That was the end of his race, although he did decide to continue. That was another incident involving Advait Zampa as well, one of the Momentum Motorsport cars. And that meant that Jaden Parriott, who had lost the lead to Ruhan Alva at corner one, got his lead back. Naeem Rizvi was second at that point early on, followed by Aditya Parsuram. But Aditya Parsuram did very well to later go on and overtake Naeem Rizvi. Chetan Suruneni was also in the mix. I think he's running fourth at the moment as the safety car came out for the recovery crew to clear the track for Ruhan Alva and get Ruhan Alva's car out of the track. This was the point when Aditya Parsuram had made his move and moved up to second from third, pushing Naeem Rizvi down to third. And the battle was on also between Chetan Suruneni and Gaurav Kochar. You can see in fourth and fifth. And that battle was going on till the very end as well. This was another interesting battle throughout the race. Braking a little too hard there was Naeem Rizvi on that occasion. Car number 9, the yellow car. time for us to go to the prize distribution ceremony, where you can see Jaden Parriott on the top of the podium, followed by Aditya Parsuram on the left. And the guy you can see with a smile, even behind the mask, animated as always, Naeem Rizvi in third position. They are joined by Sunny Singh, COC, on the prize distribution stage. That's your race winner, Jaden Parriott in the centre. Naeem Rizvi with a smile on the right. And Aditya Parsuram on the left, coming in first runner-up. It might be hot, but there's a steady breeze blowing across the Kari Motor Speedway. A bit of a relief for all the drivers and bikers there. So a good exciting start to the grand finale, the final day of this championship. That's the 24th JK Tyre FMSCI vs National Racing Championship. We've got Raman Banod there at the presentation area, and he will have a very quick chat with the winners and the runners up there.
Well, let's have a quick chat with the podium finishers for this JK Tyre Novice Cup race. Of course, the order has been interchanged from second and third the way they were yesterday. This time around, it's Naeem Rizvi who finishes third. Hi, Naeem. Congratulations once again on the podium.
Thank you. It's good for.
Like the exuberance and like the excitement that you get to every race.
Yeah, it's just me. That's how I am generally. It's been like that for the past 15 years, swimming here, everything.
Well, go well and enjoy the moment.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Let's have a quick chat with Aditya Parsuram. He's pipped Naeem to the checkered flag this time around, finishing second today. How did that battle go? Because there was a tussle that you and Naeem were involved in early on in the race, and then you overtook him and then held on to that position.
Yeah, I defended for my life. First 3 laps I had grip, and then took advantage of that fully, and then I just defended for my life.
What impact did the safety car have on the approach that you had in the race?
Safety car, I had a good reaction, but then I got an earlier reaction than him, and then I had to lift off the throttle, so I messed up there a little bit.
Well, nonetheless, enjoy your podium finish. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's have a chat now with this young lad, Jaden Parriott, who notches up a race win. Congratulations, Jaden. Hard fought.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
You have to share with me, what was the pep talk that you were getting just before the start of the race? I know your dad walked past, had a quick word with you. I had a word with him this morning as well. Meera Elder was there talking to you, giving you some pep talk towards the fag end before you started the race. What was going through your head?
Yesterday was a tough race. Gave it my all, and it ended in that way. So definitely wasn't in the best mindset in coming into this race. But I was just trying to, be careful and try to be smart, especially at the start. And that's what we did, and that's why we win.
Many congratulations. Savor the moment. It's just the way you've approached this race, coming back from yesterday. That's won a lot of hearts.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Go well.
Thank you.
That's young Jaden Parriott for you. Notches up a race win. That's going to give him a lot of happiness and probably a day to remember for him. But remember, the championship has already been won by Ruhan Alva as far as this JK Tyre Novice Cup is concerned. One race still to go. It's going to be exciting stuff, but of course we've got other race action planned for the day. It's over to Karthikeya Sinha very quickly in the commentary box.
It's time to break free. Break away from the routine. To the greens. And get lost in the world within. To steer through, to stop. Start again. Go forth. Shed your inhibitions and just let it all go. With JK Tyre's Ranger 80, made of tough, made for adventure. For the ones who are wild at heart, JK Tyre, total control.
Right then, welcome back to the live coverage of the 24th JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. Unfortunately, we'll cut through the highlights for the prize distribution ceremony, so we'll bring you the highlights of the first race of today in the JK Tyre Novice Cup category. It was a very good start for Ruhan Alva initially till corner 1 before ending up in the corner 2, where that's where he had that impact, and that was possibly the end of the race for him, when Jaden Parriott must be thanking his stars because he started at P1 but very quickly lost out the race lead to Ruhan Alva. There was that little incident involving Adit Parashar, car number 63. Unfortunately, no stars for Aman Nagdev and Dylan Zakaria due to some issues. In fact, Dylan had an issue during the formation lap, while Aman Nagdev's car had an incident while they came out from the pits to line up for the formation track. Right then, till now, there is a momentum 1-2, as you can see, with Jaden leading and Naim Rizvi coming in second. But before the safety car could come out for the recovery crew to clear the track and get Ruhan Alva's car out, Aditya Parsuram had moved up to second, pushing Naim Rizvi down to third. And there you see your front three with Jaden Parriott, Aditya Parsuram, car number 15, and that's Naim Rizvi's car in car number 9. Behind them was a battle on for 4th and 5th between Chetan Suruneni and Gaurav Kochar. That battle went on till the very end. It's a beautiful shot of the Curry Motor Speedway from the drone there. Braking a little too hard was Naim Rizvi. In fact, throughout the race, it was Naim Rizvi who put a lot of pressure on Aditya Parsuram for that second spot, although Aditya did hold on very, very well. Jaden Parriott was, as he said earlier, he was not possibly in the best frame of mind after losing out yesterday to Ruhan Alva in that battle for the top spot in that race, but he did redeem himself today and got that checkered flag. With every passing lap, he looked more confident, and he got that checkered flag with ease in the very end. And there you see Jaden Parriott taking the checkered flag. Coming in second was Aditya Parsuram, followed by Naim Rizvi. Those are your race winners.
They've come from the future to change the way we drive.
JK Smart Tire, buddy.
JK Smart Tire, the tire with a brain. The future of driving is here. JK Smart Tire.
Welcome back to the live coverage of the 24th JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. We've just had one race so far and an exciting start to the final day of the season. We've had Jaden Parriott notch up a win, and we had Aditya Parsuram coming in second, followed by Naim Rizvi. So that second place finish for Aditya Parsuram does wonders for him as far as finishing third in the Drivers' Championship is concerned. There is a battle on there, although we do have one race left, and that means there's still an opportunity for the likes of Chetan Suruneni and Gaurav Kochar to try and catch up. Now we're getting ready for the next race. As you can see, we've got the big guns now coming out, and that is the LGB Formula 4 category. In this category, we have 15 laps. This is race number 5 of the weekend. And the reverse grid will kick in here. So as they started yesterday, the front 8 will be reversed. So Amir Saeed, who started at P1, will start at P8, while Mira Erida, who started at P8, will start at P1, and so on and so forth. You see the yellows, that's the M Sport, car number 99, Raghu Rangasamy, along with Vishnu, Meena Erida, Bala Prasad, all the M Sports there. They've just gone across and had one lap off the racetrack and come back in the pits. That's Ashwin Datta in car number 5, closely followed by Meera Erida. They've gone back into the pits. Remember, this is the LGB Formula 4, the most economical single-seater. Providing a platform for young racers and experienced campaigners. Ashwin's just parked his car on the right there for a moment while Meera Erida just slips through the exit of the pit lane. That is Meera Erida. She will start at P1 in this race. A good opportunity for her as well. There are some of the cars who are lining up now. I think Ashwin may want a final little tune-up of his car before he gets back on the track. Does have that time very quickly though. Anything that has to be done very, very quickly. There you see on the right, car number 99, that is Raghu Rangasamy at P2. We don't see P1 yet. We don't see P4, P3 as well. That's Bala Prasad. I think this is lined up perfectly for Vishnu Prasad, who leads the Drivers' Championship, albeit by not much, a very fine margin between himself and Sandeep Kumar. But the M Sport have locked up the first 2 rows in the grid. So it'll be hard work for the likes of Ashwin Datta, Sandeep Kumar, Diljit TS and Amir Saeed to get in front of them. So Bala Prasad is now on the grid. Be interesting if Meera Erida obviously will join them. There you see the yellow car cruising through the middle of the grid. That's Meera Erida's car. You see the yellows in the front 2 rows. Not a happy sight if you're a Dark Dawn fan. But still have 15 laps. That's enough time for things to change dramatically and drastically. Naeem Rizvi there having a quick chat with Meera Erida. A fist bump. Some words of encouragement there. Looks like a full grid right now. The drivers are back on the track, but let's very quickly see what Raman and the others are up to. While making it clear, bhulega nahi.
Just racing that you get to see here at Coimbatore at the JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. We just tried to do our take of a very popular step. My partners in crime, of course, one of them is going to be right in the safety car. Abhilash, you can see him getting in there. Guys, focus on him. He's the man for the moment. Yeah, he's the leader of the group. Of course, we just got someone out of race control to do that for us. That's Mr. Sandeep Sharma. Pulled him out of that. Thanks so much for that sporting spirit and the gesture. All right, guys, we're all set. There you go, going for rock and roll. Now let's go into race action. That's coming up next. Let's take a quick look at what's transpiring in the JK Tyre Formula LGB4 category, because this is the category which, as I said yesterday, just 7 points separate 4 drivers who are in line for the overall Drivers' Championship this season. And of course, Vishnu Prasad might still lead that championship by a solitary point. Don't forget that there's Sandeep Kumar, who's just a point behind. There's Amir Saeed of Ahura Racing, who notched up a race win yesterday, and he is 6 points adrift of Vishnu's overall points tally. And don't forget, another former national champion, Diljit TS, is 7 points adrift from Vishnu, who's of course won the championship before. So this promises to be very exciting fair. This is probably one of the most keenly contested categories of the JK Tyre FMSCI National Racing Championship. And 2 races to go in this category. Remember, one of them is just coming up now. Another one is going to come up later in the afternoon. The track temperatures are getting hotter and hotter as time goes by. Remember, it's close to about 29-30 degrees at the moment. But as the weather gets hotter, race action on the racetrack is definitely going to be on the limit. We've got Meera Erda starting off on pole position. Meera, hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Great opportunity for you. I'm doing well. The great opportunity for you. Clear-sided track ahead. What do you make of this?
I'm just going to give my 100% to keep everyone behind me.
One thing for sure, what I did not fail to notice was your pep talk to Jaden Parrier before he started his race. And of course, it paid dividends. So is someone coming around to give you that pep talk? I can see Ruhan Alva here with some energy drinks in hand.
Yeah, for sure. They are the ones who are used to this place. So yeah, I surely need it.
Go well, go well. Right, so let's see what's happening as far as P2 is concerned. It's another seasoned campaigner, Rahul Rangasamy, who starts off on P2. Oh, great opportunity, front row, got a clear side to track.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting race because a lot of the other drivers are fighting for the championship, whereas we are in the front row as well. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting race as well, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah.
Look at the number of M Sport cars. I'm just looking around, and it's like the swarm of yellow bees. 4 of them in the top 4. So, is there any team strategy that you're going into this race with?
As far as team is concerned, they don't give us any strategies. It's just us drivers. So, we'll see.
Well, the display on his car says ready. I'm sure so is he. All the best. That's, of course, Rahul Rangasamy starts off on P2. On P3 is another M Sport driver. That's Bala Prasad. And Bala, we saw you put in a decent run yesterday as well. What's been going right for you?
Yeah, no comments. So I'll just keep my head straight and just go for the win. That's what I'm going through.
All right, go well.
Yeah, thank you.
Someone who's really focused up and doesn't want to spare too many words at the moment. Vishnu Prasad, the overall championship leader. He's seen that lead whittle down to just a solitary point. He's amongst teammates in the top 4. Vishnu, promises to be exciting 2 races now.
Yeah, the last 2 races, the championship is going to come down to this, and hopefully we can have a good one.
Any specific thoughts about pressure building up with Sandeep and even Amir catching up?
Not really. I think just focus on my job and try to win the race, and everything around me happens, and see what we can get out of it.
Someone who's been there, done that so many times, who has pressure for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Vishnu Prasad there. Go well, Vishnu. That's the way it is. But Sandeep Kumar, now this is going to be the most exciting part of this race. The fact that you've got Vishnu on P4 and Sandeep Kumar on P5. Just a point separates the two in terms of the overall drivers standing. Sandeep, 4 M Sport cars ahead of you. It's going to be a challenge for the Dark Dawns.
No, I think the important thing is to stay clean and be focused on what we want to achieve. And that is always my aim. So irrespective of if it is M Sport or Ahura or whichever car, I think I have my goal set and I want to achieve it. So yeah, I'm focused on that.
Go well.
Thank you so much.
That's Sandeep for you. And remember, there's another young talented driver, Ashwin Datta, who's on P6, another Dark Dawn Racing driver there. So it's a battle not just between individual drivers in this race category, it's a battle between teams as well. And that famed rivalry between M Sport and Dark Dawn Racing once again is going to unfold on this racetrack right here at Coimbatore. It's bright and sunny. We're waiting for great race action to unfold. It's over to Karthikeya Sinha, who's in the commentary box.
Thank you, Raman. We're moments away from the start of this race. Very quickly, before we start, we'll take you through the starting grid with Meera Erda starting at P1, Rahul Rangasamy at P2, Bala Prasad at P3, Vishnu Prasad at P4. So that's an M Sport 1, 2, 3, 4. And that makes a nightmare of a situation for the rest to follow. That is the Dark Dawn in Sandeep Kumar's P5. Ashwin Datta P6, Diljit TS P7, Amir Saeed, who notched up a race win yesterday, starting at P8, Deepak Ravikumar P9, Shred Divan P10, Ashok Lal P11, Yokeshwaran Krishnavelu there as well. Then you have Tijal Rao starting at P13, Vishwas Vijayaraj at P14, Akshay Kapoor P15, Abhinav Reddy P16, Mohammad Ryan P17, Bashir at P18, and Arya Singh, who did not start yesterday's race, will start right at the back of the grid in P19. That is the man who is leading the Drivers' Championship at the moment, albeit by just one solitary point, but that is all it needs if you can be crowned champion. Remember last season, if I'm correct, Ashwin Datta missed out on the championship by just 2 points from Sandeep Kumar teammates, but it's an individual sport as well. This will be very interesting. You see the 4 yellows ahead of the 3 silver arrows, and as Raman said earlier, the rivalry is obviously there, and not just for individual drivers in their Drivers' Championship, but also for the Constructors' Championship, for the Team Championship, and we all know how things pan out when the battle is on between M Sport and Dark Dawn. This certainly should play in the hands of M Sport, although the interesting battle will be P4 and P5. That's Vishnu and Sandeep Kumar. 1 point gap between the two. We got 2 races remaining in this category, including this one. 1 minute to go before the start of the race. That gentleman with the cap, Sarosh Shataria, team principal, Ahura Racing.
And I tell you what, you saw car number 23 just a little while ago. You can see that now. That's on P8. That's Amir Saeed, the guy who won the race yesterday, the driver who's done exceedingly well ever since he's moved up from the JK Tyre Novice Cup into the JK Tyre Formula LGB4 category.
Post the races yesterday, I had a quick chat with him off camera. We'll get to that as the cars go on for the formation lap. And he was standing at the exit, had a little smirk, a smile on his face, and I asked him that now that you're not too far away from the championship leader, you plan to upset some parties here with 2 race wins tomorrow, and you could possibly win the championship. And he says, well, I believe that's the plan.
Well, the only challenge in front of that, plan for the moment is that the reverse grid kicked in. So the reason for him starting off on P8 today is the fact that now he's going to work his way up on that grid, because yesterday he finished first, so he starts off on P8. It was Ashwin Datta who finished third, so he starts off on P6. Diljit had finished second, he starts off on P7. So the top 8, the way they finished yesterday, their order's been reversed.
And what will be interesting as well is that, the ones that are ahead of him aren't the ones who'd, easily give their spot away, including the likes of, from Raghul to Vishnu to Balaprasad, Sandeep, Diljit and Ashwin Datta. So it's going to be a tough race for him, but that's how, the pressure will transform him into an even better driver, a better racer as he progresses in his career.
Absolutely. So this reverse grid really is the challenge for the drivers. You see, if you keep winning races and you straight away are put on P1, then it doesn't really give an opportunity to the other drivers to make their presence felt in a race, because they're always in the mid-pack. But when the reverse grid kicks in and the top 8, their starting order gets reversed when the next race comes about, that's what gives an opportunity to some of the mid-packers to try and prove their mettle. While on the other hand, it tests your ability and skill as a driver, that can you weave your way through traffic and still come out on top.
He did that consistently in the Novice Cup category last season, did Amir Saeed, winning races, starting in the 8th position in the reverse grid and then again going on to win the race. But this is a different ball game altogether. You're talking about the team camaraderie in M Sport as well, with Mir Arada giving Jaden Parry a pep talk before the start of the race. We had Naeem Rizvi give a high five, a fist bump, and then you saw Ruhan Alva as well there. So all the young kids together as we Off they go now. It's a very good start for Meera Erida as well as Raghu Rangasamy. It's a decent start for Bala Prasad as well, as they come through towards corner 1. It's a decent start for Ashwin Datta, who's on the inside line. Very good start for Vishnu. And Amir Saeed has been pushed back as at least 9th at the moment.
The important part is all cars managed to make it through C1 without an incident. A lot of times you see that over-exuberance by the odd driver, but these are seasoned campaigners, some of them, so they've made sure that they've gone past C1 without any incident. It's a long race, remember. It's going to be a 15-lap race, so there's a lot of time in this race to come back and retake a position.
Well, it's not a very good start for Raghu. He's dropped down to 4th. He's been swarmed by the Dark Dawns. That's Sandeep Kumar, who's second in the race. And, well, Vishnu's had a good start. He's moved up to 2nd now.
Well, great run for Vishnu Prasad. Remember, he was the one who was on P4. And the moment you had Raghu Rangasamy diving into the inside line, it opened the gap up for Vishnu to race ahead. But for the moment now, Raghu is holding back Diljit's TS at the moment. So there's a battle on between two Dark Dawn racing drivers and the M Sport car. There you can see car number 99 is Raghu. Right behind him is Diljit TS.
Well, you have it, Meera Erida, a very good start, started at P1. She is leading at the moment, closely followed by Vishnu Prasad. And now this is an opportunity for the likes of Diljit TS and the others from Dark Dawn to try and get around Raghu Rangasamy before it is too late, and the front two stretch that lead, stretch that gap as far as they can. There's that little incident, one of the Ahura racing cars on corner 1 just braking too hard, skidding and slipping. And well, luckily the engine was still on, so they're back on the race, albeit right at the very end.
Let's take a look and see what happened there. I wonder if that's Amir Saeed. Just locking the brakes up, going into a spin. That seems to be Vishwas Vijay Raj of Ahura Racing. So Vishwas Vijay Raj in a spot of bother there, the driver from Nellore.
Amir Saeed is still in the mix of things. He is somewhere around the 8th position at the moment. And it was a very good start for Arya Singh too. Remember, started at the back of the grid because he did not participate in yesterday's race. But he moved up about 4 or 5 positions till by the end of the first lap. Now, this is going to be troublesome for the rest of the Dark Dawn. In fact, even for Sandeep Kumar, because the front two have opened up a very, very big gap now. In fact, Vishnu is now leading Meera Erida. So Vishnu, you see there, car number 6, he's the race leader now, followed by Meera Erida. Then there's that gap of about 3 seconds. Then Raghu comes in, and then Diljit TS, Sandeep Kumar and Ashwin Datta. So they will have to do very well to catch up with Vishnu right now.
So effectively, as you can see, that's the view from the DTS Racing garage. Everyone's looking out, expecting to see what Diljit TS can do. He's also in the mix, remember, 7 points off the championship leader. Vishnu Prasad is Diljit TS, who's 4th in the overall championships. Currently, as far as this race is concerned, he's running 4th as well. He's in car number 44. I wonder if that's coincidence.
Too many 4s there, and Arya Singh, now he's moved up well ahead of the other pack as well. He was starting, as I said, right at the back of the grid. Has made it almost through the mid pack now. But this battle will be very interesting with Raghu doing all he can to try and stop the others from passing by, so that he gives that a bit of advantage to his teammates to stretch that lead. But he will be under pressure from both Sandeep and Diljit TS. You spoke to Raghu before the start of the race, and he said, any strategy? And he just smiled and said, we will see.
No, he just said, well, I want to just take it as a race, and we'll see how it goes. But I'm sure he didn't want to divulge his plans. They're very evident on the racetrack right now. 4 M Sport cars right at the top, and at the moment 3 of them are leading. So it's a 1-2-3 at the moment for M Sport, with Vishnu in the lead, Meera Erida running 2nd, Raghu Rangasamy is 3rd, Diljit TS is 4th, Sandeep Kumar is running 5th. As far as standings are concerned, look at the race timings. The Vishnu Prasad's clock time of 1 minute 17.805. That has been the best lap time that we've seen so far in this race. 3 laps gone, we're in the 4th lap. Oh, there's problems there. Well, the two cars involved in that incident, and that is disappointment. Sandeep Kumar and Amir Saeed involved in that incident. The defending champion and the young rookie, they're both out of the race there. Disappointment for Sandeep, disappointment for Amir Saeed as well. And that's really something that's good. The safety cars come onto the racetrack as well. So all that lead that was being built up by Vishnu Prasad, because of a clear sight of track ahead with Rahul holding off Diljit and the likes of the other Dark Dawn drivers who were catching up. Now all that lead evaporates. This is disappointment for Amir Saeed. Amir Saeed, remember, was just 6 points adrift of Vishnu Prasad in the overall championship. That's what's happened. Collision, Sandeep Kumar getting a tap from behind on that occasion. If you look at that replay once again, the important part was that just coming out of that left-hand corner, turning right, that's where the collision happened.
That's the end of the race for Amir Saeed as well. That's disappointing for the young lad, and that's what happened there, Raman.
Oh, he's been, I think...
he was airborne for a while as well.
Yes, all four wheels off, I thought, off the track for just a bit for Sandeep Kumar. He's lucky the car landed straight, albeit all safety precautions are taken with the vehicles as well, with the accentuated roll bars and all the other paraphernalia. But disappointment to have a race end like this, because he was just 1 point adrift of Vishnu Prasad, was Sandeep Kumar. He was the main challenger. And then Amir Saeed, who was 6 points adrift of Vishnu, his race has also ended in dramatic fashion.
So two of the closest competitors lose out now.
And their hopes now of winning the Drivers' Championship hanging by a thread.
Like their cars at the moment. But the safety car is out. That means no overtaking. That means that whatever lead Vishnu had accumulated over the others, that will be evaporated. That means that the Dark Dawn in 4th and 6th now have an opportunity to try and catch up and make their move now. This is what happened again. There was that collision between Sandeep and Amir Saeed. Sandeep was on the outside. I think the front side of the right side of his car contacted the front left of Amir Saeed.
And that I thought happened because he, from the outside line, was turning in on that right-handed turn.
Disappointment for Ahura Racing as well. That's Amir Saeed's father. Been a big supporter of him throughout his young career. Did very well in the Novice Cup category last season. This time doing ever so well with that step up. It's a bird's eye view of the Curry Motor Speedway. You can see the sun belting down, track temperatures rising with every passing minute. About 32 degrees now. Not very humid, around late 20s, but thankfully there's that bit of breeze blowing across that cools and calms things down to a little extent, albeit. But the Ahura Racing garage there, the safety car still out. The lights are gone now, so I'm assuming they'll dive down into the pits.
Yes, it's picked up pace as well as the safety car, so I dare say this is when the safety car is going to go into the pit lane. But this could be an opportunity for Vishnu Prasad. Yes, the safety car is going to go into the pit lane. That's why the lights went out. Clear indication that it would be pitting. But now Vishnu Prasad has got a great chance. He's got a clear track ahead of him. He's built up momentum as well. Rahul Rangasamy is doing exactly what he was doing when the race began, holding off the challenge from Diljit 3S.
In fact, Bala Prasad has moved up to 5th as well. Ashwin Datta has dropped down to 6th. Diljit 3S there braking hard. You can see the smoke coming off his tyres, but there's one of the M Sport, just couldn't brake, so going through the tyre barrier, will join when allowed to.
Yes, but you have to say on that straight, Rahul Rangasamy again staving off that challenge from Diljit 3S.
once again, very quickly, they've gone on to have that lead. And I think that M Sport that went through the tire barrier was in fact Raghu Rangasamy. So, and Bala Prasad has now moved up to third. So that will now allow Diljit TS to have a crack at Bala Prasad and move up to third. That's what happened there.
Look at that. He's trying to just close the gate, Raghu Rangasamy, on Diljit TS. And that's the reason why he got into trouble and had to go through the tire barriers. That's Raghu Rangasamy for you. But he's dropped positions. He'd had to wait for the other cars to pass him before he can rejoin. Oh, problems here.
Akshay Kapoor and Abhinav Reddy there.
And problems also for Ashwin Datta.
Well, Ashwin, a bit of an issue there. He's going in reverse, but Akshay Kapoor seems to be okay. His car is moving, but can he rejoin the race? And can Ashwin Datta rejoin the race? The car is moving.
I dare say it looks a little tough, but the car really that took maximum damage in that incident was Abhinav Reddy's car. That incident involving Abhinav Reddy and Akshay Kapoor. So Abhinav's race is over. Akshay Kapoor, of course, has the opportunity of rejoining.
And again, the safety car will come out, and again, all the hard work done by Vishnu and Meera will be taken away. As you can see, the drivers putting their hands up, saying, you can see the yellow flag is out. So once again, an opportunity, a window of opportunity for the likes of Diljit TS to, and also for the likes of Tijil Rao to get involved at the top end of this race.
Well, it was yellow flag because they wanted to ensure that the track was clear, which it does seem to be at the moment.
Possibly that corner itself that was yellow flagged. Vishnu Prasad has built up a healthy lead now over the rest of his teammates. Although Meera Erida has done so well to just be right behind him. Under half a second, the gap between Vishnu Prasad and Meera Erida. Very impressive.
And great lap times clocked by Meera Erida as well. She's clocked the best lap time of 1 minute 17.747. And so that's very well done. Happened in the previous lap.
And that was the fastest lap of the race as well. So, you know, a big up for her. Very well done. And you can see the safety car out. So no more overtaking. Vishnu must be thinking, every time I build that lead up, the safety car comes out. Well, it had to come out because of that crash that involved Abhinav Reddy and Akshay Kapoor. And again, seems like will be a good day out as far as this race is concerned for the M Sport, unless the likes of Diljit TS and Tijil Rao have a trick or two up their sleeves.
This is what happened. Akshay Kapoor and his car spun, and coming around the bend at a decent pace was Abhinav Reddy, who was unable to avoid Akshay's car. And I think he came off worse. In fact, both cars are going to be out of the race. As you can see, Akshay Kapoor's car as well is gone, being recovered by the safety crew. Recovery crew ensuring that there's minimal time lost in the removal of the debris and, of course, the removal of the cars from the track to ensure that we get at least 5 laps of this race, which could be behind, not behind the safety car, and proper racing action, remember.
Well, it does seem that it will stay out for at least another lap, the safety car, because it hasn't picked up that speed on that corner. So that means no overtaking. All the other cars can now catch up with them. Gives Arya Singh also an opportunity to move up. Remember, he wasn't far behind as far as the Drivers' Championship was concerned, behind Vishnu Prasad, although did not take part in yesterday's race. So that not mathematically, but still put curtains on his chances. But then he now back, and with all the gap gone, can try and move up, be amongst points at least, because if he doesn't win the championship, at least his points can contribute to Dark Dawn's success as the team championship, the constructors championship there. Vishnu leading, Meera Erida second, Bala Prasad in third, followed by Diljit TS. Then you got another M Sport of Ragul, and then Tijil Rao as well there. Three Ahura racing cars also out there. Unfortunately, end of the race for the likes of Sandeep Kumar and Amir Said, the two of the closest competitors. Things seem to be playing well in favor of Vishnu Prasad with his two closest challengers out. And after this, there'll be another race, one race. And if Vishnu gets to the checkered flag here, he has that advantage of stretching that gap. Then it'll be at least 11 points between him and Sandeep, because there's 1 point where Sandeep's out of the race, so is Amir Said. So then let's mathematically, Diljit TS will have to be second to try and beat any chance, a shade of upsetting Vishnu and getting that race win in the last race of the day.
Effectively, if Diljit TS doesn't finish in the top two, the gap is going to widen between him and Vishnu Prasad to a lot, which would be unmanageable with just one race to go. The safety car goes into the pit lane. We're back to racing action.
There we go. This is through that straight. Vishnu, Mira, then Bala Prasad, and then Diljit TS. It is going to be very interesting. Now, Mohammad Ryan, in fact, is in fifth. There you see on the right, there's Raghu Rangasamy, car number 99, going full throttle, but in the end braking. He's holding Tijil Rao and the rest back. R.A. Singh, he's moved up as well a fair few notches. He's in the top 10 right now. He'd have to do a bit more. We still have 1/3 of the race left. That's 5 laps remaining. Still enough time for anyone to move up, although it will be interesting to see the role that Bala Prasad plays here, the role Mira.
11 laps gone. Vishnu Prasad has got what is the fastest lap, the previous one among the others, but overall the fastest lap time still belongs to Erda, who clocked a 1 minute 17.747 earlier.
Tremendous from Mira. Started at P1, did fight for that lead for a while with Vishnu, but in the end Vishnu, the season campaigner, gone through, and it seems, if I'm correct, Diljit TS has now moved up to second. He's overtaken Bala Prasad. We'll get that confirmation in a minute, and yes, it does seem Diljit TS has moved up to third now, and he will now put a lot of pressure on Mira Ereda. He's trying to catch up with Vishnu Prasad. Remember, has to finish in top 2 for this competition to still be alive, going into the final race of the season now. This is nail-biting stuff. Diljit TS himself, the former champion and national champion, and someone who knows what needs to be done when it needs to be done. And Mira Ereda, the young girl, she's got enough to deal with already.
Oh, she's done well. She's held her own on the racetrack as Mira Ereda. Give her credit, she started off on pole position for this race as well. Let's see how this race pans out. 11 laps done. This is the 12th lap that's currently in progress, just about getting over. Vishnu's extended his lead. His lead is almost about a second and a half between the gap between Diljit and Vishnu Prasad. It's about a second and a half. The gap between Mira Ereda's car and Diljit TS's car is half a second. That's the battle.
That's the battle that Diljit TS would want to win. Dark Dawn would want to win for this, to keep the championship alive, as Vishnu now slowly peeling slightly away from Mira Ereda. Mira holding, doing her best to stay ahead of Diljit TS. Mohammad Ruan is in 4th. Bala Prasad has dropped down to 5th. R.A. Singh, remember, started at the back of the grid at P19. He's moved up to 6th now. So that's a very, very well done stuff. And there you go. Diljit TS has done it on that corner. He's overtaken Mira Ereda. He's moved up to 2nd now. But Mira doing what she does best. She's fighting it out as well. She's not letting it go without a fight there.
Oh no, she held her racing line beautifully and regained that 2nd spot in Mira Ereda. This battle isn't done yet. In the 13th lap, there's a huge 8 points at stake for Diljit TS if he finishes 2nd, because 8 points would mean that if Vishnu wins, which does seem likely and seem like the obvious result now, with just now 2 more laps to go, Vishnu will have 10 points from this race with a race win. And if Diljit does not finish 2nd with 8 points, and the gap between them from this race would be 2, overall the gap between them is 7, so the gap would extend to 9 points for Vishnu Prasad, but it will still give an outside chance to Diljit TS for the final race that's coming up later in the afternoon.
And in that corner 1, breaking too hard was Mira Ereda, and so was Diljit TS, but TS came off better, and he's now moved into 2nd as Diljit TS. Mira Ereda did ever so well for 13 odd laps in this race, but that one corner 1, on that occasion with that pressure coming in from Diljit TS. Moved a bit too much. Bala Prasad's car has lost his nose. He's going toe-to-toe and tie to tie with his own teammate in Mohammad Ryan. That's the car loses the nose. That's out of the track now. So, well, and Arya Singh there as well, putting pressure. He's put the fastest lap in the race so far, has Arya Singh. 2 more exciting laps remaining in this race. My word, can he now, with Bala Prasad's car's nose not there, can he now try and move ahead, possibly into 4th, into 5th, as Diljit TS has moved into 2nd. Veera Erda has dropped down with that mistake on that one corner.
As the nose initially damaged, was just hanging on probably by the odd screw, and that came off as the car went over the curve. And luckily for everyone, just slides off the racetrack, doesn't cause any kind of problems to an oncoming car, and therefore does not become a safety issue. So I think that was a fortunate outcome of that incident.
Bala Prasad is not letting go. He's overtaken Mohammad Ryan. He's moved into 3rd now, as Bala Prasad with Mohammad Ryan coming in 4th. There's a battle going on between teammates there for the 3rd and the 4th. Everybody likes the podium. And there you see Arya Singh coming in 5th. This is tremendous from Arya Singh, starting right at the back of the grid, starting at P19 to be in the top 5. While Vishnu Prasad has peeled away. That's the battle we got. Enough. This is the final lap, Ravan. Can he do it? And then we got Tijil Rao battling with Vishnu Prasad, with Raghu Rangasamy, I beg your pardon, in 6th and 7th. So there's another battle going on, individual battles across the racetrack. Now that's the end of the race for Bashir, one of the Avalanche Racing cars, and it will be Vishnu Prasad who will take the checkered flag, and Diljit TS comes in 2nd. We'll do the math in a moment to see if he has actually kept the championship alive. Bala Prasad comes in 3rd. Mohammad Ryan will come in 4th. And Arya Singh, a tremendous race, coming in 5th. To be among points. Ragul will come in 6th. And we'll have Tijil Rao come in 7th. It was a great result for Vishnu Prasad.
Oh yes, it couldn't have been better for Vishnu Prasad. He's been a former national champion, knows what it takes to pull out a big performance on a big day. But credit to Diljit TS, especially when the way he fought back with the safety car when it came out, the track, the pack bunched up on the racetrack. He managed to find a way past Veera Erda as well. Managed to stave off the challenge from the other M Sport cars to at least finish 2nd, which gives him 8 points from this race. And the gap now between Vishnu Prasad and Diljit TS in the overall driver standings is 9 points. 1 race to go. You can get a maximum of 10 points from that 1 race that remains. So now, well, Diljit TS might statistically have kept his chances alive of maybe challenging Vishnu Prasad, but Vishnu Prasad probably would be thinking he's got one hand on that National Championship Cup.
Absolutely, and a very good result for Vishnu Prasad. He needed this win to, as Raman said, get one hand on the trophy, and he's done that. Former national champion was a bit hurt when his title was taken away by Sandeep Kumar last season. Sandeep's chances of retaining his title are up in smoke because he had a 1 point deficit and he did not finish the race, and Vishnu taking 10 points, that means 11, and that's the end of the championship race for Sandeep Kumar, although he can still play a big part in the Constructors' Championship, accumulating points in the next race. Vishnu Prasad coming in 1st, Diljit TS 2nd, and Bala Prasad 3rd.
And of course, it also ends chances for Amir Saeed in terms of his run at the overall individual championship, because with the DNF today, the gap between him and Vishnu Prasad now extends to 16 points with 1 race to go.
But what a season he's had, the young man, Amir Saeed, coming in from the novice cup category to go on, fight with the big boys, be in contention